Hi everybody, welcome back. It's me, Katie. I really had good momentum after my first yoga video, and so I'm going to do another one today. It's a chilly morning here in Chicago, so I'm going to show you some easy yoga to warm you up. Sometimes the reason that you feel cold is because you've either been sitting too long or you're having poor circulation or both. So this could help with both, and as you can see, it works because I'm just rocking my tank top right now. So we're going to start out seated, and then when I have to do the standing ones, I'll have to get up and adjust my camera. So come into a comfortable seated position and just spend a few moments getting grounded here. Do your neck circles. And at any point during your practice, if you feel tight or you feel like you need to stretch your neck out, you can always come back to this or do it in mountain pose, do it in a different pose, do it on your knees, whatever feels right. And it's really important to start out with the neck circles because if you don't do that, you may be experiencing pain in some of the later positions because your neck hurts. So. And I've clearly been getting better with my yoga because it doesn't make as many creaking and cracking noises. Okay. You could do, stretch your shoulders, do some shoulder circles. We're going to do more of that when I move up to standing and stuff. So I'm just going to do some sun salutations like yesterday. I'm going to do 2 at normal speed and then 1 in slow motion. And I'm going to do more standing too. Okay, and now I'm going to do 2 stretches for the side body. So for the first one, plant your hand on the side of the mat next to you and arc your one arm over. You hear my shoulder crack. And stretch all the way back around and release. Okay. And then put both your hands on the mat beside you and slowly stretch out. And do the other side. Okay. Now that we're warmed up and we're stretched out, I'm going to come into a couple of different variations of Cobbler Pose. So some people, and you could do this if this is what's most comfortable for you, try and kind of pull their feet in as close to their body as they can, and that's fine, but you're not getting the full benefit of the stretch, and you're also kind of off balance when you're like this. So come with your feet, I don't know, a foot from your body, if you will. And I know a lot of yoga teachers will show you can give yourself a little foot massage here. Don't force your knees down and don't like bob them up and down. Just come like this. And then again, depending on whatever's most comfortable for you, you could move your feet out even more. You could put your hands in the middle here. whatever helps you to sit up straight and to feel the stretch. And come all the way out. I try and like keep my toes touching. If you have a really bad case of Barbie foot, your toes might not touch, just your heels and the balls of your foot might touch. Okay, and come all the way out to staff pose. And so staff pose, any of these positions, if you hold it long enough, you're going to feel the benefit. You're going to feel the burn. I know that sounds cliche, and a lot of the poses look easy. It looks like, well, I'm just sitting with my legs out. But you really feel it. You're doing a lot of work to ground your body and to sit up straight. Normally the chair that you're sitting in or the couch or whatever is doing a lot of the helping for you. So I like to be out like this. And then I'm going to turn to the side here just to show you guys this next position. It's easier if you could see me from the side. So bring your feet up like this and put your hands on your thighs right above your knees. And then tilt back. And then reach your hands forward. I like to say like you're reaching for something that you really want on the opposite side of the room. It's great for balance. And then put your hands back. And come back down. And this is one that you could do a couple of repetitions of too. So we'll do 2. Okay, now from here, I'm going to scoot down, come into bridge pose. So you're going to lay on the ground with your hands flat on the mat by your side and your legs almost touching or touching and kind of as close to your seat as you would like and as is comfortable. And then slowly you're going to lift your hips up off the ground and feel the pull on the top of your thighs, whatever muscle that is. And engage your core. And then if you want to go deeper into the stretch, you can fold your hands underneath you and shimmy your elbows together underneath your shoulder blades. And this takes some of the stress off of your thighs too, because you're pushing your heart upward more. And the angle up to the floor is a little bit different. And so you could stay in this position as long as you can hold it for, pretty much. It's great for strengthening your body. It's kind of relaxing. It's not as relaxing as child's pose, but it's kind of relaxing. And then put your hands to the side beside you and lower down. Okay, and then you can hug your knees up and shimmy around however you need to stretch out your lower back. And you also feel this kind of like right here in your hip crease, which is a place that you hold tension. It's kind of hard to get rid of. It's a hard spot to target. Okay. So in case you didn't notice, I avoid a lot of all fours positions because I find it very difficult with my wrists to be able to stay in them a long time. I can't do downward dog. I'm hoping to get there, but it hurts way too much, and I feel like how much is it really helping if I'm hurting another part of my body? But we are going to come onto all fours for one of the cardio positions here. So have your hands underneath your elbows and your knees underneath your hips. So for every person, this could be, closer together or wider apart. So we're going to start out with cat-cow, which is kind of a funny named position. And so you start out by curling your back up like a cat, and your chin comes to your chest, and then you release down and move your belly to the floor and look up. You could do a couple of those. It's a good stretch. We'll do 3 just to warm up. Okay, and so then we're going to stay on all fours for this next position. And you're going to pick a side and take the hand from that side and then the leg from the opposite side. And you're going to stretch out. And you're going to pull them back in. and stretch out and pull them back in. So you're doing a couple of things here. You're balancing and you're engaging your core. You're doing some cardio. So now if you keep your head down like how mine is, so if you can watch the video and get a gist of it, and then do this with your neck relaxed like mine is. Okay, and then come back, realign yourself, and then do the other side. And it's kind of like a side crunch. Okay, and relax. From here, great opportunity to come down into child's pose. And child's pose is another pose that I kind of do 3 different variations of. So since my head's going to be in the mat, you're not going to be able to hear me. But just notice I have my hands out with elbows almost locked, then more relaxed in front of me. And then I also turn them to the back to stretch that way, and then I lift them up off the ground and then come back forward. So this is the first one. This is, I think, extended child's pose is what they call this one. And then I'm going to bend my arms a little and come like this. And each time you adjust the posture, you feel it in a different part of the body. And then back like this. And then lift them up 4 inches or so. And stretch back, similar to that stretch before. Feel like you're reaching across the room. And release. Okay, and then slowly come back up. So then from here, I'll scoot up a little bit. This is a good pose. It's called superhero pose or hero pose. And you're sitting right on your heels and you're sitting up straight. And this is good for the feet, and the next pose that we'll do is good for the feet too. You could sit here almost as long as you feel like you could support yourself. You feel it in your calves, and your feet are working really hard here. And here you could do, people can do hand weights. You could do some sun salutations here, so we'll do some also. Just because I kind of like to stay in the position for a while. It's very strengthening. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling warmer already. I'll do the third one at normal speed here, just to mix it up. Okay, and then very important now, come forward and then stretch your ankles out. So try to get all of your toes on the floor. You might only have your big toe and your second toe, but try and really stretch out all the way, through each toe. And so stretch out and leverage with your hands here. And then this is where I would, hop forward and come up, but I need to adjust my camera angle here. So let's see here. I do want you guys to be able to see my feet. So move it back a little. And I can move back a little bit too. Okay, we'll try that. Still move the mat back a little. Okay, cool. And now if you have something that you like to do a sequence where, you go through the whole flow and the downward dog and the Sphinx and all that and get yourself up here that way, great. But like I said, I try and avoid the wrist things just because they hurt. So we're going to do a side body stretch now standing. So bring your arms up, and then, oh no, you can't see it. Grab right here the wrist with the opposite hand and just tilt over. And release. And grab the opposite one. Okay, and now this next move is not technical yoga, but this is kind of cardio to get you warmed up, so we're just going to do some shoulder shrugs. And you might hear the creaking. Hopefully the camera's far enough away and you don't. Feels really good. A lot of these are upper body focused positions. And everybody holds stress in their shoulders. You know, we're looking down at our phones. Like I said, you're on the computer. You're always doing more stuff with one hand than the other. Okay, and now just shake your legs out and we're going to do some calf raises. And this is another thing that's not yoga, but we're going to do it anyway. So you're going to put your hands out in front of you like this, just to kind of balance. And feet, I don't know, hip width apart. And just come up onto your toes and come back down. And come up onto the ball of your feet and you come back down. And this is, you know, another good position for really trying to engage all of your toes and balance through all of your toes. I know most of us probably can't feel our pinky toe and can't feel it, you know, supporting us, or doubt that it really does support us much, but try and strengthen your whole foot here. And this is a really good position, or a good workout for preventing shin splints, and this is also good if you wear high heels. It stretches out and helps prevent, you know, injury from wearing them all day, or just pain from wearing them all day. And it'll give you great defined calf muscles. I just always think about that Will and Grace episode where Will says it looks like my knee swallowed a grapefruit. So maybe if you're a guy, it could be a grapefruit. For the girls, let's go more for like an apple or a peach. Okay. And then now, just for fun here, I usually like to end with this, but I'm going to show it now just because we're trying to do high energy. I don't really know what this position is called. I think it's called knocking on heaven's door, which if so, like, shout out Bob Dylan. And this is really good because it's fun. It kind of reminds you of what children do on the playground. And so you just stand with your knees not locked and just kind of sway to one side and then the other. And like loosen it all out. You could feel it in your rib cage, and you kind of get the, I don't know, the centrifugal force, I think, of your arms moving. Just go with it. Be relaxed. You feel the shoulder blades moving. Okay. And then just be sure to, you know, always shake it out after you do that position. So we'll do a couple more sun salutations standing. But first, I just wanted to show you guys just coming into kind of a T position. I know it doesn't look like this is going to do much, but if you hold it for a while, you're engaging kind of the caps of your shoulders. Good stretch for the elbow crease. And this is going to be the basis for a floor position called Texas T, which is a really, really good twist. It's a strong twist for the whole body that maybe I'll show in this episode, maybe I'll show in another one. Got to keep you guys coming back for more. Sing a song to yourself in your head while you hold the position. Smile. It's very important. It's very foggy outside today, so this is as bright as I could get the room without having to turn the light on. But the yoga's making me warm, and that makes me happy. Okay. So we'll do some sun salutations now. If you want to like work in a forward bend here, you can. And slowly come back up, and then do another one. And we'll do the third one in slow-mo this time. And the slow-mo one. Okay, and then one last stretch that I want to finish with, which most of you probably already know, but there's kind of a little yoga twist to it. So take your one elbow and grab it with your opposite hand and stretch like this first. And then, if this is good, just stay right here. But if you want to go deeper and this range of motion is available to you, I'll turn around. You want to swing your arm and interlace your fingers. And you could just pull this whatever way you want, whatever feels good, wherever you have tension. My hands are really cold. It's the last thing to warm up. And then release. And then the opposite side. And then bring the other arm around. And you'll notice in some of these positions, or all of them, one side is tighter than the other, or one side you can really go more deeply than the other, and that's okay. Everybody's different. I have a side that a lot of the positions I can't go nearly as deeply into. Okay. And then if you still feel like you want to stretch your upper body a little bit more, you can clasp your hands behind you like volleyball style and pull the shoulders down and back. And then as you slowly start to lift your fist, you could bend over. And you can let the bend take you deeper into the stretch and let your arms move more overhead. And come back down. And I was just thinking it's a really good thing I don't wear a mic, because in that position you would really hear every little part of my neck creaking out. So come up here. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the second little yoga video in my new little adventure of doing yoga videos. So thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. I hope this helped you warm up, or like me, distracted you from your gloomy day outside. So take care, everybody.